Welcome to Casey's Safety Tips, featuring me, Lorenzo.
Hey folks, welcome to another Casey Safety Tips featuring Lorenzo. Today we are outside your job. We're talking about the buildings, the street signs, and Lorenzo's going to give us his expert opinion on what we're going to see in today's photos. Everyone, welcome Lorenzo.
How are you, Casey?
Pretty good. I'm pretty good. I'm really digging this, because
hmm
learn something. Not that we're trying to make people paranoid, maybe a little bit. Not that we're trying to make people paranoid, but we're definitely trying to create some awareness. But before we dig into today's photos, let me remind the people why we've got Lorenzo on the case here. So Lorenzo has 35 years in law enforcement. He was on the narcotics unit, vice and prostitution, gambling, liquor, obscenity squad. He's got specialized weapons certification, specialized driver training. He's trained to recognize human trafficking. He's had domestic violence experience, active shooter training, civil disturbance experience, crisis intervention experience, and 5 years as the union shop steward. So yeah, he got something he could say. This ain't like his opinion. This is professional experience giving you some real good advice. Cause listen, I told y'all every now and then I be, as far as good as I am, every now and then Lorenzo be like, Casey, did you mean to show that? And I'm like, what? What? And then I'm like, okay, all right, I'll take it down. I'll take it down. So yeah, we figured let's just go on ahead and share these tips with everybody. So to Lorenzo, today we're talking about outside the job.
All
And here's
right.
one of today's photos. What you got on this one?
All right. Well, let's see. We see these in social media all the time. And with this, it's very identifiable, the type of building. So no one would have any problem locating where you are. If this is a place that you frequent, this is a place that you work, they would be able to identify you just by the look of the building in these two photos.
Yeah, those the green covering especially. Having come from New York, I'm used to, or we're used to, I should say, buildings that'll create some unique features on the outside so that they stand out amongst the rest. And something like
hmm
this is, yeah, I mean, that immediately, if you know the area, you immediately go, oh, wow, okay, I remember seeing that building, and you probably can narrow it down quickly. And here's the thing that I
Yeah.
think is important to acknowledge. That might not be her office building, but that might be a building she walks by on her way to work. Am I right?
Yeah. That's very true. Like I say, one photo put together with other things that we've discussed and will be discussing is just it's just a piece of the puzzle for someone to be able to track you down. And that building's very distinguishable by things like that, the contrast in the colors and that front of the other buildings, where it's a unique building. So anyone from that area will recognize that building.
All right. So be careful when you're shooting outside, um, where you are as it relates to your office building. And here's our next photo.
Yeah, as you see in this building, you have an address on a street sign. So that really narrows it down. There'll only be so many places that have an East First Street. You see the graffiti on one building, so that may help narrow it down to certain cities also that have that, a lot of graffiti. As we know, being New Yorkers, we see that all the time. So you really don't want to post something with the address. And this is done all the time that you see in people's selfies. Now with dating sites, social media, it's a mistake that people make a lot. What you really don't want to do is have photos that have certain landscaping in the back, landmarks, people, anything identifiable when you're outside of your workplace. The address, A lot of people will post pictures with their address of their building and what the building looks like. They'll take photos with cars in the parking lot of their workplace. And some of these cars are identifiable. They'll even have the tag numbers of the cars like that. So all this could identify where you work at. So you definitely don't want to do that. And like I say, in every photo, watch the reflection in your glasses, because things you might not want people to see, they're going to see in your glasses. Everything. It's like a mirror. I know you'll never do that, would you, Casey?
Ah, no. But yeah, it. And here's what's I think interesting about this is we genuinely don't think about it. We genuinely don't think that the little corner of the building that's in the photo can be identified. We don't think that even the sign, just like in the sign in this particular street sign scenario, we're showing you East First Street, and you can tell there's another sign, but you can't read the other sign. But to your point, there's a dead end sign, there's a one-way sign, there's graffiti on the building. It clearly looks like it's sort of, a less traveled road, so it might be more alley looking. There's not as much,
Mm-hmm.
traffic, car traffic. Um, and again, I'm saying this as a New Yorker, where just that little bit that I'm seeing in my mind, this is what I'm envisioning the rest of that photo looks like. It's, not as many cars are traveling down that road because it's really narrow. And
Mm-hmm.
and because it's a dead end street and one way, traffic is only going to be but so intense. So it's you're taking the photo thinking it's no big deal. You can't even see everything that's in the photo. But the people who could use this photo, it's like they're like, oh my God, I just learned so much just by looking at this little corner of photo. And let's not forget, Google Earth, Google Maps, they can create the rest of the photo just by Googling. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's true, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you want to definitely be very, very careful about what you're posting. And let me, as a person who loves taking selfies, nobody is trying to tell you you can't take a photo. That's not what we're saying. We're saying that these pictures that you're taking are identifying where you're at. And if these locations are close to your job, your residence, someplace that you frequent often, you're going to want to be careful about how much you give away.
Yeah, very true. And we're just telling people this doesn't apply to everyone, but you may know somebody that does something, because you want to pass this information on, because there is somebody right now taking a photo with some of the things that we just showed in their photo. And it's only a part. There are people in this world that will sit 24 hours a day and look at all your social media, and that's all they have in life to do. And it might be one little thing from this photo, something from something else, but they're working all day long. So, a little tip here, a little tip there, may save your life.
Yeah,
This is why we're bringing this to you.
this is why we're doing it, trying to keep you safe on and off the web. So, this is another KC safety tip featuring Lorenzo. See you next time. Bye.
All right.